2. Hey everybody, Joe Grushkin coming to you from the home office here in Westport, Connecticut. I want to welcome you to another service provider interview. I'm here with David Hagen, our LinkedIn consultant. David, how are you?
I'm great, Joe. Thank you for having me.
Well, it's really great to have you here, and I'm really excited with all the great work you've been doing for our clients and all the things that you bring to the party. So I wanted to share some of that with not only our team, but our clients in the future. And I wanted you to be introduced in the right way. So thanks for being here, and thank you for all you're doing. So David, tell us about your background. You're obviously a young guy. That's no surprise in the internet world. Tell us about your background.
Well, my career has been in internet strategy and marketing. So I've advised business owners, small business and mid-sized business owners on over 20,000 calls with where their issues lie, what their needs are, and how to get it solved.
So you've been an internet consultant for a long enough time. And I guess in the internet world, a couple, 3, 4, 5 years is a long time at this point.
It is. I find that for some reason, my experience has led me to be smarter than most IT guys.
Well, you know, IT guys tend to not have personality, so that's where you're really shining through. So glad you're part of that. So Dave, tell us about LinkedIn. You know, you're a LinkedIn consultant for Max Exposure. You're part of our network of service providers providing our association of small businesses discounts beyond what they can get on their own. But let's talk about the product, the service that you're providing, and that's consulting on LinkedIn. So tell us what LinkedIn is first.
So LinkedIn is the next big platform, but it's only for professionals. So if you're an entrepreneur or management, or you have a career, which is every American, you're gonna be on LinkedIn now or later.
So having a profile on LinkedIn is, I refer to it as the Facebook for business.
It's a new resume almost, you know, like if you want to network with professionals in America, they're going to look at your LinkedIn profile because it tells you, you know, what you've been up to, what you're out for, and you have a short bio that you can write down.
But it's more than just for recruiting. I mean, if you have your resume on there and your information, it's not just so somebody will come and try and recruit you or you're looking for a job. It's more than that, isn't it?
Not at all. Yeah, recruitment's a small percentage of the interactions on there.
So LinkedIn is really more of a way to interact and find other people to do business with, whether it be customers or potential partners, or maybe, you know, you want to do business with somebody, so you want to be available so they can find you, correct?
Yeah, what's interesting about LinkedIn is that the way that it formulates activity in the news feed, you know, like every social platform, it does it for everybody you're connected to and then shows you relevant material to your industry or what you've been writing about lately.
Got it.
It connects like-minded people.
Got it. That's a great way to put it. Like-minded people tend to find each other that way. So yeah. Dave, you know, this is, you know, a new technology. If you think about it, you know, what keeps you relevant? What do you do personally to stay relevant with not only LinkedIn, but how it should be used?
What I do is I follow industry leaders. You know, I don't pretend to know everything. I listen to experts and then I take what they know and apply it. And I'm always looking for the cutting edge because an expert today can quickly be a geezer tomorrow, right?
Hey, present company included, right?
No, you're on the ball, man.
So, you know, when you're out there, like for instance, if you're talking to these industry leaders, what things are you doing personally to stay relevant with it right now?
I attend workshops. I hire and work with mentors as often as possible. You know, working in the internet world, my schedule's flexible, so I make a lot of time for personal development and professional development.
Perfect. And then I would assume that you're offloading that and sharing it with your clients.
Yeah, that's kind of the only thing I'm good at is deconstructing complicated things.
That's an amazing superpower to have, let me tell you. So,
Thank you.
So let's kind of drill down on what we offer. I mean, we provide a LinkedIn consulting service, but let's kind of break down, unpack that a little bit, as they say, and what's in that that offer that you're giving to our clients.
Sure. So, what's going around is you can find tactics for LinkedIn everywhere. What makes us different is we start with a foundational understanding and presence.
Hmm.
So, I'm going to help you get a very clear, professional, and most importantly, attractive profile because you want to be able to attract the like-minded people that are seeing you on LinkedIn,
Got it.
right? So we work on the profile, we work on your mindset regarding how LinkedIn works and how you can benefit and profit from LinkedIn.
Hmm.
And then, I help you understand what post creation looks like, how to make good posts versus bad posts. This is the professional world, so you don't want to make a mistake there.
Of course.
um, Targeting the audience is really important. You want to give the audience what they need and want.
So you're talking about not only creating a great profile, but creating content and teaching people how to create content, where to put it. I mean, if you've never used LinkedIn before, you're going to make sure that by the time you're done with them after a couple hours, they're going to not only have a profile, but know how to use it, how to search for their target audience, if you will, and either use it for sales, use it for recruiting or relationship building in some way.
Yeah. So basically, every social platform, at first it's a puzzle. You have no idea what's what or where to go for things. I help deconstruct the puzzle, make sense of it all. And by the end of our sessions, you're going to know exactly what you want to do and where you need to go to do it.
Excellent. So that's the confusing thing for me. I remember starting out on LinkedIn and go, now what do I do? And it's important to have that kind of Sherpa to take you through the navigate through the process. And it's good to have somebody on call to be able to do that with. So that's great. Now, Dave, the LinkedIn profile, where do you see this going for businesses, especially specifically small businesses? If they own a restaurant or they have a service business or they're not wearing a shirt and tie every day. They're out there, working for a living. How do they in turn see LinkedIn as a benefit to them?
So it's tough, if you're a small business owner, it kind of seems like the world's real complicated and everyone's out to ruin your business. um,
True.
so what I help someone do is, utilize LinkedIn to meet the right people, right? The people that will help make you more customers, more business, and connect you to people you need to be connected to.
Got it. So, there's also some software out there that we're going to be announcing that will dovetail right in with your program, and that's
Awesome.
where automated lead generation as part of our LinkedIn package, if you will. So this will be another tool that we're going to be offering that I've been
That's great.
testing. It's awesome. I've been testing it for a while now, and I think I generated over 1,000 leads in the last 10 days. So it's
Wow. I'm going to
all,
need that.
yeah, all automated. So yeah, this is going to be really a powerful dovetail into what you're doing and be able to really benefit our small businesses. So
That's so cool.
good. So as far as working with the client, you're going to bring them tips and techniques and best practices, profiles and proven ways to engage with people, I would assume, correct?
Correct. And there is one key thing that I failed to mention that I really want to bring up, which is right now, it seems like LinkedIn is big. This is just the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So LinkedIn's been around for at least a decade, and it really hasn't mattered much at all except for the last few years. You know, LinkedIn has shifted how they're doing things and is catching fire, and we are going places. So you want to be in LinkedIn and using it before it blows up so that you are an authority and a really well connected figure when LinkedIn is the biggest platform.
Let's talk about being an authority. Define that for the small business owner and how they can become an authority.
At its core, being an authority is really being respected, right? If people respect you, they believe that you know what you're doing and what you talk about. So you have to position yourself with every action you take in a way that it builds the trust and the respect that an authority commands.
So and what are some of the techniques in doing that or some of the tips in doing that?
Yeah. Um, just posting content, that's not going to cut it because everybody's doing that now. You have to make sure that it's authentic and good and you really know what you're talking about. Everybody has things they're great at. We need to focus on that and we need to present it well.
So it
So
could be
that's
a
why,
picture. It could be a picture of a product. It could be a video of somebody just talking about what they do. It could be a
yeah,
customer testimonial, and maybe an interview like this with a customer. Anything that makes it ties somebody together and puts them in a position of authority.
yep.
Beautiful.
And, you know, first impressions are everything. And that's what the profile is. Your profile is your first impression, which is everything. So that's why we get your profile really professional, clear, and make it attractive. So it's not just professional, but it actually entices someone to reach out to you. You know, they're curious about you.
That's fantastic. Well, David, I really appreciate you guys being part of our team. You and your organization and the LinkedIn consulting is going to be a huge part of the benefit to not only our professional business owners, but the ones who want to become the authority, who want to get found. And also it adds, you know, I believe that LinkedIn is important because it adds to the digital footprint of every business. You know, having Facebook, Google, LinkedIn, and Twitter are the four horsemen, if you will. Pinterest,
Yeah.
Instagram, YouTube are important as well. But having that digital footprint where your social presence comes up on a Google search of your name, you now own the top 10 spots or top 7 to 10 spots of page one without spending a dime.
Yeah. And everything on the internet's connected. So it's just, you want to be in everything.
Exactly. You got to have that digital footprint, and LinkedIn is an important part of that. And we're going to be focusing as a Max Exposure Association of local businesses. We're going to be focusing on making sure that we have all the cutting edge products and services available to our clients, one of which is your consulting services. So thank you so much for being part of the team. And I'm excited to hear the great results that you bring to our clients. So David,
Definitely.
thank you very much for being here, and thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you, Joe. Take care.
You too.